One take Monday. One take. Is she still here? Oh no. One take Monday. Hello everyone. Welcome to One Take Monday, which I feel like I'm gonna do a lot of one takers throughout the week because I need to figure my schedule out. So I'm gonna do like a lot of one takes because I really want to like be more involved with YouTube, but yeah, you know. So anyways, I'm gonna tell you an experience that I just had. So today, on Monday, was my first day of rehearsals for Bye Bye Birdie, and so the rehearsal starts at 3:30 and it ends at 6 o'clock, and we had like a little meeting, and well, I wasn't really originally scheduled to have rehearsals today, but it was just all cast because it's like, you know, the first day they want to talk to us about everything and stuff like that. So I fell asleep. I texted my friend, I'm like, hey, can you give me a ride to school? Because my mom, she's not able to take me on the ride. And so I'm like, hey, pal, can you give me a ride to school? Because, you know, I need a ride to school. I don't have a ride. And she's like, she never texted me back. So I'm like, okay. So I take a nap. And mind you, this is like 2 o'clock. This is 2 o'clock. I take a nap. This is like 2 o'clock, 2:30. I take a nap. Sorry, my voice cracked. I take a nap, and I wake up, and I'm like telling myself, like, don't take a nap, Gina, don't take a nap. But I took one anyways. You know, when you're like, don't fall asleep, you know, especially on the weekends, you're like, don't fall asleep, stay up, because you're going to wake up, you know, you need to stay up late. I need to watch all these good TV shows. That's how I was. I'm like, don't take a nap because you might miss it. And what if my friend, her name is Bree. I'm like, what if Bree can't take me to rehearsals? Then you have to walk there. So don't take a nap. So I take a nap and I wake up at 3:21. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 3:21. I have 9 minutes to get to rehearsals. What the heck? And I checked on my phone. I see I had 3 phone calls and 3 text messages and 3 emails. And the emails, that's really irrelevant, but I just want to tell you guys that. So I had 3 calls and 3 text messages, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and they're all from my friend Bree. And she's like, you know, Rick, I'm going to get there early, and all while I'm sleeping, she's like, I'm going to get there early because yada, 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 yada. So she does get to my place, and she gets there early, and I call her. I'm like, hey, I know this is like super late, but do you think you could give me a ride to rehearsals because I fell asleep and I'm really, really sorry? And she's like, yeah, let me go ask them or tell them that I'm gonna come get you. So she basically lied to them and said that my ride canceled on them, which thank you so much, Bree. She was just like, you know, her ride canceled on her and this and that, this and that, this and that. And so they basically, it was like, okay, go get her. So, you know, Bree comes over and I get to her car, and she's like telling me, she's like, yeah, I was basically, you know, trying to get here to get to you because I hate being late. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, but I really do appreciate you coming back to get me. And she's just like, oh, no, don't worry about it. It's no problem. Like, I understand, you know, sometimes we fall asleep, yada, yada. So she's telling me this, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. So she parks her car at the school, and we run to the auditorium, and then the people, the cast and the crew, the cast, they're like looking at us and like smiling at us and like laughing at us because they're like, I don't know, I guess we just looked a little messed up or something, I don't know, but they're just like laughing at us, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Wow, I just spent like 4 minutes and 23 seconds on that. But basically, all along with this story, I get to the meeting on time, and when you're running late to something and you're trying to, you know, go and like get to that place, you feel very frantic. You feel like, oh my gosh, like it's not a good feeling when you're about to be late to something and you have to rush to get there. You're just like, oh my gosh, like, ah. So I I just didn't feel good. I just felt like, oh my gosh, I'm like running late. So after the meeting, they're like, okay, these people need to stay here because they have rehearsals. Everyone else, you're free to go. And I was one of the people that were free to go. I'm like, oh, are you serious? Because I'm just like, I really wanted to have rehearsals, because if I was like sleeping and I had to get up frantically to like go to rehearsals, I would, want to sleep in or something, or have rehearsals that day. So they told us, you just go home. And I'm walking home, and I'm like walking home, but I'm not letting it get to me, because I'm like, you know what, it's okay. It's okay that they cancel rehearsals. It's okay, because I could upload my vlog. I can do this stuff. So I could get stuff done today, basically. So I'm just like, Gina, calm down. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. So, I'm not mad. I'm walking home, and one of my cast members, and I've been to like different parties, and she was there, and we've talked a couple of times. She's like, she pulls over while I'm walking home. She's like, hey, do you need a ride? I'm like, are you sure? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, of course I'll get a ride. I mean, it's kind of cold outside, but it's not like super duper cold. Like, I could have been fine walking home, but since she assisted, I was like, okay. And so my friend, she like comes and she gives me a ride home, and she was just telling me, yeah, I am kind of frustrated how they tell us, we're not gonna have rehearsals today. And she was just telling me how she was talking to one of the people, and she was talking to someone about what our part is, because we're in the adult chorus. So she was asking someone about it, like, what do we do specifically, because if we, she was just wondering, and she's like, I'm worried that all these little middle schoolers might have bigger parts than we do, like, what do we do as adult chorus? And she said the person got really mad and defensive, like, why would you asking me this? And it's kind of like, you kind of have to expect it, because the person she did ask was kind of like that. So I don't know why I told you this story, but basically all I want to say is the moral of the story is, don't let anything get to you. Like, something that bad like that, or something that someone said to you, or whatever, don't let the bad moments overcome your happiness, because you can be a really happy person. And just because you frantically get ready for rehearsals, and you're just told later on that, hey, you don't need to be at rehearsals, don't let that bother you, because I mean, yeah, I miss rehearsals, but on the bright side, I get to work out today at an earlier time. I get to upload my vlog. I get to make this, and so it's not really a big deal. So don't let anything bad happen. And little acts of kindness really does make someone's day. Like that, my friend, I don't even know her that well, to be honest. She's not even like a friend. She's an acquaintance. I don't know her that well, but she was like, hey, do you want to ride home? And I'm like, yeah. Like, stuff like that just can turn someone's whole day over. You just have no idea. So basically, if you watch this, whenever you watch this, I want you to do one act of kindness to someone. And if something this week happens where you can easily get upset over it, I want you to try and make the good outweigh the bad. Make something earlier on that day outweigh the bad. Make it so you don't have a bad day. You won't let it control you, and you have a good day instead. So that's basically what I want you guys to do for whenever you watch this video and stumble upon it. But yeah, that's it, and I love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow maybe. I don't know, but I'll see you all soon. I love you all, and be happy and do be kind and do random kinds. I hate one takes because I always mess up and I can't edit it. Be kind and be happy and do random acts of kindness. There we go. I'll see you guys later. I love you all. Bye.